It's Week 6 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game.
It's the Chiefs and the Bills, next on EA Sports.
From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bills in this matchup. They have a tremendous aerial attack, one of the best in the league. But they're going to face a stiff test here.
I don't think that they'll face a tougher test all season long because this is the #1 defense in the NFL. A team that puts a lot of pressure on a quarterback. And we know from talking to both of these teams, neither of them's going to back down from this challenge.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Well, the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And Mahomes going to put it up right away. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
And we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback Josh Allen.
And we both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw it anymore.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. So this game of art, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Oh, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. The Chiefs hit a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. We had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Allen now on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. This is caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Butker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Allen. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge is successful. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First down now, but that clock rolling. Allen's throw is complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd down at 5. Allen to throw once more. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On first down, Allen. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So much to discuss with the Chiefs and Bills getting together here. The top 2 scoring teams in the AFC last year. Buffalo won their regular season meeting in 2021. That was 38-20 in Week 5. But as we all know, the Chiefs got them back in the playoffs. One of the best games in recent memory. 42-36 in overtime. And a game that many thought helped spawn the new overtime rules for 2022. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We begin out in Southern California. Carolina making the long trek west to take on the defending Super Bowl champs at SoFi Stadium. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. Van Jefferson, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. From there, we head eastward to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Geno Smith has thrown a touchdown pass. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Chiefs use the short field to get in for 6.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run. On 2nd down and 4. Allen, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10.
Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Left side caught by Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 35 yards.
And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Chiefs to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
We're back now in KC.
2nd down and 8.
It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And the Bills getting set to go.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Here's Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And again, it's Allen. Dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
It'll go as a loss on the play, not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Chiefs offense set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You know, I was going to ask if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Chiefs, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.